I have a slight sort of qualification about the fact that literary festivals become a place of equivalence where, you know, Bollywood stars and writers and all kinds of writers are all put on a similar platform in which from which the writer often benefits the least. But sometimes, in fact quite often, it seems that audiences show a kind of enthusiasm and have a degree of attention during these moments in the festival, which is unusual, which is good. My writing process, well, when it comes to, well, it begins usually with a particular stimulus, which might be an image, a moment, an idea. Then I need to decide what kind of genre or what kind of piece of work it will go into. That is, whether that would fit into a novel or lead to a novel or an essay or a story or even a piece of music, because I'm interested in musical composition and I do it. So it's a generic question, like having more than one language at your disposal. So you might think, do I want to write this in Bengali or in Marathi? So what does it mean to me to take the plunge in Bengali in terms of writing about this subject, and what does it mean to take it in Marathi? Because each will create its own, have its own kind of consequences. So there's that. With a novel, the idea is one which has stayed with me, or the image is one which has stayed with me for months, maybe years even, and I've been sort of circling around and round it, like people are, you know, supposed to come back to a scene of crime irresistibly. So it's that kind of, if it has that kind of magnetism that brings me back to it. There are wonderful ideas whose wonderfulness fades very quickly, and those are the ideas that you discard. Something that I would never write about? No, I can't think of anything that I would never write about. Any kind of craft, any kind of art requires at least a period in that artist's or writer's or whatever life, a period of absorption in that art. The continuing life of something you've written, let's say a book, let's say it might get a new reader 20 years from when it was written. So in the case of A Strange and Sublime Address, my first novel, which came out in 1991. Now we are in 2013. So maybe, and this is something I'm not inventing actually, but let's say last week I got an email about this novel from a reader, an eloquent email. That is satisfying. I mean, that is also one of the reasons why you go on. But you go on basically because you believe in your own work.